Hello, I'm Cody, and welcome to session 28 of my Pillars of Eternity turn-based Triple Crown attempt. Last time we talked with Lady Webb, went to Clîaban Rilag, saw a vision of Eddard's brother, and we've started the dungeon underneath Clîaban Rilag, hunting for information about the leaden key. And I complained a bunch about traps. It was like the most of the episode was me complaining about traps. Clearly, I need to complain more about loading screens. Oh, good. You start off with a second loading screen.
Certainly.
Big, ominous chamber.
Ready, Watcher.
Oh, that was a really weak hit, Sagani. There we go. They're dead.
I'm ready.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
A series of pictographs, simple but clear, are carved on a column in this alcove. Figures of men and women with their arms raised are carved into the top of the column. Suits of armor in the same pose have been chiseled into the bottom.
Spot on! My bow's ready. Slow and
I
steady.
don't know why these animats are so weak. The one I can summon from the horn is really weak too, and my recollection of it is it was quite powerful when I played like 8 years ago or whatever, but weird.
Yes.
Eyes open.
I think next time I level up Pelagina, maybe even Canner and Eddar, I want to put like 1 point in stealth in all of them just to make getting a little bit closer in while sneaking around. Because that is quite the detection radius there.
Oh?
Ready, Watcher. Got an arrow for this one.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Hey.
Of course, unless I'm leveling up soon, I'll probably forget that.
I'm here. Got an arrow for this one.
Following your lead. Selmes metu.
I'm ready.
Shed no blood.
Yes? For Takoa!
What is he equipped with? That's odd.
Spot on!
Don't remember switching him to his ranged attack.
I'll take a look.
Pictograms in this alcove portray a procession marching to an altar. Who could possibly read all that quickly? Jesus. A lone finger lies upon the altar, and another member of the procession drives a dagger into his heart. Something flows from the dying man into a white stone perched above the altar. Time was a veil to the goddess, no blessings to reap and no mercies to sow. Can't examine this suspicious-looking skeleton on a pedestal, though. Guess it's like they were doing some ritual to take the souls out of people and put them into armors. Oh, that's not good.
Ready, Watcher.
Can't get a good shot with this.
Let's end this!
I'm ready.
Hey. Leave it to me! Laying low.
A column of hieroglyphs show men and women standing in a line and descending into a pool. The figures that emerge below it stand with outstretched arms and triumphantly serene expressions. Oh, it's lobotomizing them. These ones are immune to piercing, right? Yeah, that's annoying.
Ready, Watcher.
Oh my god, I hate the pathfinding.
Get on!
Oh? Your thoughts must flow deeply, and I shall end this.
Selmes metu. Following your lead. Let's end this!
Ready, Watcher. After him, Itamok.
Yes?
Try something else.
I'm ready.
Border Republics.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
I shall make it so.
It's done.
A series of pictographs, simple but clear, are carved on a column in this alcove. Figures of men and women with their arms raised are carved into the top of the column. Suits of armor in the same pose has been chiseled into the bottom. I think it was the same one we saw. Oh, this is the same one we saw. It's literally the same one. That was just an alternate entrance into where we came. Okie dokie.
Ready, Watcher.
Can't get a good shot with this.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Aedra grows from a central pillar and seems to spill down the steps. Luminous egg-shaped stones are nestled within the rippling Aedra.
Spot on! Can't get a good shot with this.
I'm here.
Nice.
Dead on!
Spot on!
I shall end this.
Wait, sail. Let's end this!
I'm ready.
Hey.
I'm here. Eyes open.
Extremely easy fights.
Ready, Watcher.
Whatever.
Wait, for Takoa!
I'm ready.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Really hate having to switch weapons over just to
I wish you no
not be completely ineffectual, since mostly just because I'm so afraid of forgetting to switch back. You just make them default to specific weapon after combat, it would be a lot less annoying.
I shall make it so.
It's done.
Be cautious. Be constant.
Okay, that looks like it's progress. Check what's here first.
Laying low.
Oh, a big animat. Maybe this will be more of a fight.
Have to try something else. Can't get a good shot with this.
Well, I'm not sure if I'll hit all three if I target that one, but it's gonna be close, I think. Well, two of them. I mean, that giant lightning attack is marginally terrifying.
I wish you no harm.
Following your lead. Wait, Caed, your tail ends here!
That's just something that can do, or is it standing on some sort of, like, turret?
I'm ready. I'm here. Set on!
Okay, it's just something they can apparently do, but have been choosing not to so far.
Spot on!
Yes? Your tail ends here!
Quit healing each other, it's rude.
Shed no blood.
I'm ready.
Hey.
Ready, Watcher. Got an arrow for this one.
Yes? For Takoa!
I wish you no harm.
Yes.
Ready, Watcher. After him, Itamok. I'm ready. For the Republics!
Following your lead. Croak 10!
Varathis!
I wish you no harm.
Got an arrow for this one. I'm ready. For the Republics!
Yes.
Ready, Watcher. Got an arrow for this one.
Yes? Your tail ends here!
I wish you no harm.
For Takoa!
Varathis!
I'm ready.
Odd choice of pathfinding there, Edder. There you go.
Let's see what lies this way.
+2 perception necklace. If that wasn't a necklace, that might be decent, or if that up stacked, it might be something worth considering, but that's disappointing. I assume with this big anvil and this fancy-looking magical forge stuff, I might find some decent loot here, but no. Like, +2 perception, but I mean, I've already got +3 perception with extra, largely useless perks besides. Could give that to somebody else, of course, but I think everybody's next slot is more or less taken. Chanting. Cloak of Comfort's fantastic. 2 int. Comparable to perception on her. Maybe better, I don't know. Yes, this is the other side of that, like I thought it would be. It's just like the machine from the End of the little prologue dungeon. I guess that also means it's quite similar to the one at Heritage Hill. A haze of essence lingers over the body, as faint and insubstantial as a dust plume in a rider's wake. Yet as you draw closer, whispered instructions echo in your ears and anticipation warms your blood. In a vision, you see the same stone machine you approached moments ago, but from a different height and angle, as if through different eyes. You heard rumors that some of your brethren were sent here months before, yet you see no sign that anyone has been here. In fact, the cobblestones are covered in a fine layer of dust, ash. You know suddenly that this will cost you, and you are ready. The orders were clear. The effects of the machine in Clîaban Rilag were wearing off. The child had been born not far from Deerford recently, its soul intact. The machine would need to be reactivated. You and your companions take up your positions. You share a final look of affirmation between yourselves. They don't know your name, and you don't know theirs, but you know that you're doing the work of the gods together. None of the rest matters. Two carved bands of stone in the middle of the machine grind into motion. They rotate in opposite directions, picking up speed until they spin like freshly greased carriage wheels. A wind shrieks through the cavern, accelerating with stone rings. You press your hand to your ears and grit your teeth against the noise. You're about to shut your eyes when you glimpse new movement. Rows of triangular flaps around the machine open like petals. You don't know what's happening in the machine, but you feel a tingling at your extremities. Searing pain spreads through your body, a hot knife separating every tissue and ligament within you. All the while, it feels as if you're falling towards the machine, your stomach mashed against your spine. What happens next is too fast to process. You awaken from the vision to find yourself kneeling and gasping for air. Holding your head, you let the tiles between your knees gradually come into focus. As you catch your breath, you remember the strange scene you saw outside Caed, where several robed figures fell amidst a howling bivouac. Looking at the ash scattered across the cavern floor, it is apparent that the leaden key has been doing this, whatever it is, all over the Deerwood. Okie dokie. So we sent Aloth to Ixtloki. Vaguely remember this. Okay, that word, yada yada yada. I know I read everything before the first line. I'm trying to remind myself of it because I don't want to read it again. Especially as my voice seems to be already dying for some reason this morning. Okay. Aloth traveled and inquired all over the Eastern Reach to track down the missing monks. One by one, the monks came across Aloth's path in a variety of forms. Some kith, some beasts, some in unique forms. Having apparently forgotten why they had set out on their meditation, the monks engaged Aloth in a protracted series of philosophical conversations. Ultimately, each monk traveled back through the mental labyrinths they had created, triggering a spontaneous realization and subsequent molding back to their original form. When they had all returned to their monastery, they presented Aloth with a chime. Each monk had donated one of the chime's 12 bells to the final instrument. Gives a friendly aura with 12 uses that makes you invisible, immune to entanglement, and untargetable, and break enchantments for one turn. That's a pretty cool panic button.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
Assuming that just goes in quick slots and doesn't need to be, like, equipped. So definitely something I could see tossing on somebody's hotbar for those situations where you just need to get away. You hear running water and see a small stream that carves its way into the mountain. Inspect it. A shallow bottom flickers and wavers just under the water's edge, but as you look towards the tunnel, the bottom disappears into darkness. From here, it's impossible to tell how deep the stream is. However, a faint light plays along the walls of the tunnel. The echo of rushing water suggests that the tunnel and stream continue for quite some distance. I'm guessing this is a Skyrim exit. Wade into the tunnel. You take slow, sloshing steps towards the mouth of the tunnel, holding yourself upright while the current tugs at your legs. The cold water leaves you gasping, and as it rises past your waist, you fight to control your breaths. The stream bed soon drops out from under your feet, and the current pushes you towards the tunnel with growing force. Swim in. The current pushes you through the tunnel faster and faster, tugging you downward. Over your head, the tunnel narrows and drops, leaving only a thin pocket of air. You take a final, deep breath before the current drags you into the depths. Rays of light pierce the darkness, but the current is moving too fast now for you to see more than a flickering glimpses as you speed by. You keep your hands in front of yourself and focus on avoiding the jagged rocks that appear suddenly in the darkness jutting from the walls. A light winks at you up ahead. You're approaching it fast, but it looks to be the mouth of a second, smaller tunnel. You might be able to reach it, but your lungs have started to ache. I guess we go for it. There's no reason not to. You wrap your fingers around the rocks lining the tunnel and peer into it. It terminates in a dead end, but something glints among the rocks at the far side. Reaching it would be a challenge for anyone without strong lung capacity. I'll send in Edar. Edar pulls himself into the tunnel, executing deft scissor kicks while the passage narrows. At the end, he finds a skeleton with a handle protruding from its ribs. Edar pulls it free and pushes off the wall, propelling himself back towards the main tunnel. Swirling and tumbling through the darkness of the tunnel, you at last see a halo of light above, and swim and kick towards it. At last, your head breaks the surface. You gulp air into your aching lungs, and you pull yourself to the edge of the pool. Crawling out of the water, you look at the cavern around you, as you massage feeling into your aching, cold, numb limbs. And I gained the Rose of Salt Hollow. The Rose of Salt Hollow, a unique morning star. Got Acid Lash, damage restored as endurance. Toss some stuff into the other inventory. I know it's marginally crazy the way I keep a bunch of useless junk on my ready inventories, but always afraid I might need it. I don't know how I got this stuff here, though. I didn't need it, just afraid I might decide I want to use it on somebody. Those there, that's just because they stack. Alright. Back near the beginning of the dungeon. Leave through the way I came. I think that's this one up here. Yeah. That one would lead probably right to a combat with those, the Glenfathans outside. And this one should lead to that rope that was exhausting to pull across, and Sagani injured herself as we tried, I believe. Or not rope, I guess it's just a chasm. Yeah, jump across to the other side. Hey, no incident that time. I believe these are some camping supplies. Excellent. Marginally curious if I can just talk to these folks now. I'm worried that they'll just go hostile if I try. Defiler! Well, yeah, that was a mistake. Warriors splash across the stream, their weapons raised, and their painted faces still and stony. You were warned, Estremor. Okay. I don't know why some of them teleported over there. This wolf apparently teleported into melee range with Edar. That's fucking weird.
Ready, Watcher.
Hey.
Well, that was weird. And it seems to have killed the music.
Your thoughts must...
I guess I knocked out the wolf companion, and these two were far enough away that that considered at the end of combat. This is good, it refreshed all my resources.
Hey.
Pelagina finished it off in the unlikely event she gets a weak... No, didn't quite finish it off. Alright. Hoping to get a weakness proc off of that club so that maybe someday she'll upgrade the soulbound effect on it. Up to 15. It was at 13 last I looked. Albeit I think that was like 2 sessions ago. Not going up quickly. Oh, didn't really want... I kind of wanted to be like, hey, here's what's been going on inside.
And Anqiu Ibune. Life in death, and death in life. Magnificent.
Sure thing, Kenna. I wanted to be like, hey, here's what happened in there. We got rid of the invader. Well, all the invaders were already dead, I guess, from the ritual that they did. What even am I supposed to do now? I guess return to Lady Webb? Oh. Okay, I need to talk to a guard and figure out what that's about still. It's possible Lady Webb would also have something to say about what we just saw, though. Huh. Apparently I have a quest with the grieving mother and just talking to her, maybe?
Mind comes bearing questions, Watcher.
I had questions for you. Let your mind speak for you. I shall listen past the words. Alright, do you know what a Watcher is? There is a slow chill, and for a moment it seems as if she is going to fade from your vision, as if she can't bear to be seen.
The title came unbidden. I do not know why I spoke of it. Yet it seemed the right mantle, a familiar one.
Yet I do not know from where it came. I have given offense. Oddly enough, it feels like she's not speaking to you. Feels like she's speaking to an audience. The air takes on a curious edge, a chill which persists for a sharp moment, then fades into dull fear. If I have given offense, forgive me, forgive me. You would know more than I. Why are you afraid? I do not know. It is an old feeling. I do not know where it stems from. It was a word that arose when you saw me. It is said Watchers see much that others do not, and I have been hidden from the eyes of others for some time. When we first met, how was I able to enter your dream?
I do not know. What do you speak of? If you were in my thoughts, I could not feel your presence, nor do I know what you saw there.
As she speaks, you suddenly feel an odd sensation in your mind, like the blood of the hunt welling up in you. You suddenly realize that whether she permits it or not, you could enter her dream and observe it without her ever knowing. There's something about her mind, like a weapons rack where you could reach in and draw forth a blade if you wished and keep it as your own. And suddenly you find yourself back in your present thoughts. Though you were away for but a moment, she seems unaware of your diversion of thought. It may be one of your gifts, an ability to walk in memories as easily as someone walks upon the ground. Would you like to hear what I saw in your memories? A mixture of curiosity and fear wells up between you. She raises her left hand, and the chiming at her wrists quelling the rise within her. She is frightened, but curiosity anchors her.
And what did you see in my memories? I would hear you speak of them.
The dream, the memory I saw upon meeting you. It was you helping give birth to a child. There is silence, and as your breath falls still, you hear the faint cry of a child in the distance. Newborn child, almost exactly like what you had heard in the dream. As you listen, the grieving mother raises both her hands as if weaving, her wrists chiming as she does so, in a semblance of the gentle turning she provided while the newborn was crowning. To your surprise, you recognize the motions and words from memory, even as they are new to you. As she weaves her hands through the air in front of her, the child's cries grow still. Yet the sound of the chimes weaves almost hypnotically into your thoughts. The sky seems sharp and clear, and you feel as if you are towering over your surroundings, as if kneeling atop a great pillar, just as she did in the memory. To your surprise, the grieving mother falls as if her strings were cut, and her knees crack hard against the ground. Her hands never cease moving in the air, the chimes echoing her movements. In a ragged voice you hear her speak. The voice is that of a much older woman than the one before you, harsh, almost desperate.
Tell me what you saw. Show me what you saw. Where were you?
On a mountain ledge, I think. It was high up. She leans back, as if looking back at the sky, but her eyes are closed, the film building on them. With a slow intake of breath, you feel some time become quiet around you. I do not feel the memory. I do not know if it is mine. What? Her hair falls across her features again like a veil, and she nods. Not with her chin, but a push in her mind. But thank you for trying. Will talking about it again do anything? Yeah, that's the same dialogue.
Tell me what you saw. Show me what you saw.
I
Where
have to
were you?
pick a different option here to make it work better, I guess. A huge forest stretching out beneath a great rock. As she kneels before you on the ground, and she whispers to you, hoarsely and even fainter with the distance between you.
The stone of the plateau. Its color. Tell me its color.
Is this like a memory game? Like I have to have actually processed everything I was reading and remember it, because I do not have a good memory at the best of time, let alone when I'm reading aloud, which always makes it a bit harder to process for some reason. And quite frankly, I love this game. I complain a lot, but I do love this game. But the writing in it is very needlessly verbose. You know, as the old saying goes, if I'd had more time, I would have written a shorter letter. This game is in desperate need of an editor to make what it has to say a little bit more succinct. Now, let's see. Maybe it was a silver... I don't know. I thought they described it as being basically a foresty cliff face. Like, None of these options sound like my memory of what it was. Let's go with the first one. Desert rock, copper-colored, arched, blasted by the sun. She leans back as if looking at the sky, but her eyes are closed, the film building on them. With a slow intake of breath, you feel time become quiet around you. Yeah, okay, so I have to try again. Okay.
Tell me what you saw. The stone of the plateau.
Silveradra? As you watch her hands rise before her, she clasps them, then cups them as if feeling them for the first time, and she stares down into the cradle of her hands, and the chimes sound once, twice, as they swing with movement.
And what did these hands hold?
I mean, they had the chimes and you did that. Like, well, I guess they were holding, or were they holding the baby rather than the mother? Go with the chimes. The chimes you hold now. Yeah. Okay. Let's try again.
Tell me what you saw. The stone of the plateau. And what did these hands hold?
They held the mother while she gave birth. Never mind.
Tell me what you... The stone of the plateau. And what did these...
I guess I'm not sure. There is a sudden intake of breath, and then a release. Her eyes blur, closed, forming into slits. But in the brief glimpse you have of her changing expression, the rippling pain in her features seems to have smoothed. She swallows once, twice, and then you feel her once again in your thoughts, the rasping husk of her voice swallowed and drawn within her.
It was the birthing bell you saw. Has it been so long? Have I forgotten so much?
With the words comes a river of impulses, thoughts as if loosed from a breaking dam. And as your mind wraps the impulses into words, you realize it is her muscles and her hardened thoughts relaxing and breathing again. There is such an intensity you almost want to step back from the flow, but you find the wave of impulses cause questions to float to the surface, and among them is a name. Watcher. Alright, what's the birthing bell?
It is a plateau formed of the spirit stone Audra. At its top is set a great bell, cradled in the reaching arm of the plateau. It stirs in the wind, and it sounds for leagues when struck by kith hands. In distant times, the great bell served as a Glanfathan watchtower, perhaps. Why they abandoned it, I do not know. Other men came in time, settlers, and claimed the tower as their own. I, in turn, claimed it from them. The pillar became a cradle where I could draw new souls into the world.
In your memory, were you helping a woman give birth?
Yes. Yet, I believe you only saw a small part of the birthing ritual. It is not all in a moment, nor in a day. It is a journey of many years between the child, the mother, and I.
There was much I could do to aid the mother. Some sought the physical comforts of ritual to steady their thoughts, even Audra from the bell. Others would seek advice, words of counsel, for the days ahead. I was able to provide drafts, tinctures, and reading of the child's spirit, all to strengthen the mother. A telling of the child's spirit?
Many would come seeking their child's future, or a reading into the child's past, the lives its soul is said to have lived.
And there is a slow chill, and for a moment it seems as if she is going to fade from your vision, as if she can't bear to be seen. And there is a spike of fear, alarm.
Such things are not mine to see. I meant no offense.
Oddly enough, it feels like she's not speaking to you. It feels like she is speaking to an audience. The air takes on a curious edge, a chill which persists for a sharp moment, then fades into a dull fear. You feel the word, Watcher, resounding in her mind. You are frightened. Something about Watchers? As thoughts of Watchers cross your mind, you feel a sharp pain, stabbing and a sudden burn of lashes across your back and shoulders. And then it is gone, and you feel the grieving mother before you, silent, almost fearful, wary.
I was something else, but because the title Watcher was cast on me, the word carried a weight I had neither earned nor deserved. The world seems filled with such titles. They distract, I think, from the actions of the person, from their strengths.
Why did they believe you were a watcher?
The world has many corners, and in some corners the name Watcher is more known. It is an easier title than others, and at times it is easier to wear. Placing a title upon what is unknown can dispel the fear of it, and I did not fight it. I even believed it true, though I knew little of the ways of Watchers. It even granted me strength. I was able to see the thoughts of others, shape them, and help guide souls. Watcher seemed enough, and the name seemed to matter little in the light of one's acts.
But if they came to you to read their child's souls, what did you tell them?
I drew upon the present. I felt the soul of the mother before me, and used that to tell the child's path, to give it a voice. If only the thoughts of the mother and the emotions that lie beneath were mine to impart. I did, and so I used that as the telling of their child's future.
And what if the mother's emotions were painful, hurtful?
One must guard oneself when drawing upon the thoughts of another. The pain of a mother's rage and disdain. It can be a powerful poison.
So you shaped their thoughts, made their readings true?
This is my calling, to show them the life I see before them, and even greater, make them believe it.
Why exactly would you do such a thing?
Even the most strongly worded tells may not be enough to save a child and allow it to be born. If I have the strength to strip away the stem of a mother's spite to expose kindness, weave nurturing from disdain and neglect, then that is my calling.
So she effectively magically manipulated mothers into being more motherly?
And with the weight of Watcher behind my thoughts, these tells gain strength. Strength I never possessed on my own. They believed. And what they believed became the truth. With each child that was set upon that path, the title of Watcher became stronger. You must understand, without such weight upon my words, many lives would have been lost, drowned, cast in the lake beyond the bell. Now the trail to the lake is lost and reclaimed by the forest, as was meant. A Watcher was not there to look over us, but it was a Watcher that saved them, and with a Watcher's strength, children were born, were cared for, and grew strong.
But to inflict your will on another, that is not reading, that is control.
What use is a frightened will when a spirit is at stake? Would you let the fears of a mother end her newborn's life? You felt it in the memory, the weight of it, the importance of the child's life. It was a memory we shared.
But then did we share that memory, or did you inflict it upon me? And suddenly there is a rasping cry across your consciousness. She raises her hands, and you see that the chimes draped from them. Yet they make no sound as she moves.
A greater good was done, and children were saved. It is a choice you may be forced to make one day, and when faced with it, you will make the same one.
Maybe. When that happens, I'll be making my own choice.
This choice is not yours to make, Watcher. You will do as the world needs, as its children need. It is greater than you and your twist of sight.
Do I have any other questions about the birthing bell? Oh my, that was all from one of the three options. Oh no, one of the two options. Okay. Where is it located? The birthing bell lies deep in the great forest of the Deerwood, at the borders of the Glanfathen lands surrounding it. Barely a town, not one you would find on any map, but it held an important place for those there. even if we were far from the beaten track. Small families, tied like a knot, joined at the wrists in mind and thought. All were welcome. All had purpose. Alrighty, let's continue for now. I don't know if that advanced the quest at all. A little bit. What else have we got? I still need to go to Twin Elms for that. That's the bottom of Caed Nua. Oh, where do I need to go? I still need to figure out where this deep in the woods running towards an Adra arc is. And that's just spend time with Durants. Yeah, and that's more endless paths and the bounty I can't seem to reach. Okie dokie.
Certainly.
Alright, well, I guess we'll head back to Caed Nua to rest. And then head back to the town to ask a guard about the person who is voluntarily imprisoned, or whatever it is.
This place, as beautiful as it can be with the absence of children.
No, apparently vicious mercenaries will attack the stronghold in 3 days. I guess we'll deal with that while we're here.
Welcome.
My camping supplies, and then sell off all of the garbage I've got. Interesting that this one battle axe is past Clad Haliath. Alright, 8 grand. Lots of money. Resolve the attack. Considered resting first, but I don't think I need it.
Hmm?
Ready, Watcher. Set on!
Nice. Well, my archer's an idiot, apparently. Just decided to run into melee for no reason.
Hey.
I'm gonna focus on whomever is getting turns first, I think.
I shall end this.
Yes?
Always a shame I can't get that first
Let's end this!
phrase of the song to blast in a better position.
I'm ready.
Following your lead.
Ready, Watcher. My bow's ready.
Spot on.
Following your lead.
Your thoughts must flow deep.
Really don't want to lose any of my
harm.
mercenaries if I can avoid it. That Scald's taken a bit of damage already.
Yes?
There we go.
Your tale ends here!
I'm ready.
And his Ancient Memory healing ability does not appear to work on my hirelings, unfortunately.
Adovidore. Ready, Watcher.
Nice.
Can't get a good shot with this.
Yes.
All's left. That was a good hit.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed. Shed no blood.
Following your lead. For Takoa!
Ready, Watcher.
These paladins have a lot of health, unfortunately. They're a lot of durability, generally, at least.
For this one, I'm ready.
Permet kong swolias.
It's possible I should have healed with her. She did so little damage. No, didn't matter.
Amazing. You could fit a whole village in here.
My loot is gone. Did they put it in the chest in here, maybe? Or is it just inaccessible? I'm sure it's just vendor trash, but you don't get experience for battles. Might as well give me loot. Nope. Alright. That's kind of strange. I don't know if it's my...
Well done. A formidable fortress in the old style. We don't build them like this anymore, you know. Not by the sea. Too vulnerable to cannons.
I don't know if it's my imagination or if the load screens are getting longer the further I get into the game. You know, that's a big problem in Pathfinder's Kingmaker and Wrath of the Righteous, but that seems to be because they use JSON as their save file format, and it seems to save the game and load during load screens, and therefore the file formats bloat up to hundreds of megabytes after you get fairly deep into the game, and that's a lot of text parsing to be done for the game. This game does not do that. The save files are quite small. I assume some sort of binary blob format. So the increasing length of the load screens might just be my imagination and impatience. There's a guard. Where are the mad kept in Defiance Bay? Only place around here that takes them in is Brackenbury Sanitarium. I've heard they can treat your soul there, take the madness away, but there's just as many stories coming out of the place that'll chill your blood. There's a man, if you want to call him that, Ethel Moore, there. He's head warden, if you're visiting, or checking yourself in. He's the one to talk to. Okie dokie. Well, I should have guessed. That'll be in Brackenbury. Raymont Manor. Have I done anything in Raymont Manor? What is this place? Alright, I think I went up the stairs and they just immediately booted me down. Well, now I'm vaguely recalling talking, have I? I don't know. If so, it must have been nearer the... nearer around the time I first got to Defiance Bay. I definitely don't remember. I'm vaguely curious. In fact, I'm gonna check. I'm very curious if just, like, entering the Dominel's house makes them try to kill me. That would be funny. It certainly sent enough hit squads against me. Apparently not.
Good day, stranger.
I could attack them, but that's not my style. If they wanted to attack me, I'd happily wipe them out, but I'm not gonna start the combat. Well, this seems like a good place to end the session. Thank you all for watching and or listening to session 28. Hopefully you will join me again next time when I start session 29.